35 years old, inch shorter than Fortuna, 5'6", 128. Mexican native, 39, 13, and 3, 23 knockouts. What a long career he has had. Turned pro at 15 years old, 20-year pro, his 55th fight. He's had such a strange and circuitous route in his career. Back in the mid-2000s, he was on a losing streak, but he would go on in 2008 to beat Orlando Salido and win the IBF featherweight champion. A never-say-quit veteran who now faces a young gun who has really high hopes, and that is Javier Fortuna, 22 years old, 5'7", 129, originally from the Dominican Republic, fights out of California now, 19-0, 14 knockouts. The last time out, Austin, Texas, against the previously undefeated Yawndale Evans. He scored 2 knockdowns in the first round. Both came from left hands. Look at the power he showed off, an impressive display in a fight where both prospects were taking a chance. He is confident, says Cruz is a good boxer, he respects him, but he says he is too slow for his style. Robert Byrd is the referee, and Cruz and Fortuna are scheduled for 10.
Instructions in the dressing room. Now, when I say stop, what that means is stop whatever you're doing, give me a clean break. Understood? Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Anything on the belt is good. Anything on the belt is good. Let's do it.
Fortuna had a long amateur career, comes from a family of 9 in the Dominican Republic. Offensively exciting, a power puncher. But Teddy, you gave us enough in the fight plan to understand the flaws of each man and understand how they can be taken advantage of.
Well, one thing you're going to have to look for, too, that can be a variable and intangible maybe in this fight, although you hope you don't see this. Cruz has been involved in a lot of head clashes, resulting in 2 technical draws in his last 4 fights. He was cut over his left eye in his last fight. When he fights, sometimes there is blood.
He had a huge cut on his forehead in a fight we did in August 2011 against Art Hovhannissian.
3 fights ago, Cruz was on the floor. 3 fights ago, as I said, Cruz was on the floor 2 times. And Cruz has been cut over his left eye in 3 of his last 4 fights. So there is scar tissue over that left eye of Cruz. Now Fortuna, he can get it done.
Oh, he went down.
Yeah.
Fortuna scores a knockdown in the first round against the veteran.
6, 7, 8. ¿Está bien? ¿Está bien?
Too many opportunities for Fortuna. We'll see whether or not he capitalizes on them. Again, he could step out, make Cruz reach.
No. Push.
That is being ruled a push and a slip by referee Robert Byrd, but Cruz looks a little unsteady against the speed and power of the young undefeated.
Well, it doesn't help that Cruz, the 20-year veteran, is a slow starter. And Fortuna, obviously a fast starter with fast hands and explosive punching power.
Stop.
Flipped him with a right hook moments ago. Cruz stood up to it. Let's see how he survives this next minute 10.
And again, you're going to have fast hands and power, but you have to have opportunities to land them. Cruz gives you opportunities in 2 dimensions. He'll fall in, reach in, get out of position, you can counter, like right there. No counter, but you had the opportunity. Or, as we said in the fight plan, Joe, Fortuna, he can punch right inside those wide shots. In other words, stay in the pocket a little bit.
No.
Cruz pushing him down with that left hand as Robert Byrd tries to take control of the situation. Coming up on the final half minute of this first round. He was hurt early on. Digging shots to the belt line from Fortuna, and a sweeping left hand as he scores again.
Yeah, the reason why he didn't maybe get the knockdown there is his punches, the follow-up punches by Fortuna, a little too sweeping, a little too big.
Cruz complaining of being hit in the back of the head. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll show you the knockdown that Fortuna scored. Stay with us. End of one.
Bow, bow, bow.
Let's take a look at the knockdown here. A little step back and a counter punch with the left hand first and another left hand, maybe behind the head, maybe a punch behind the head. A little step back, Cruz reaches in, leans forward a little bit. And yeah, that last
I
punch,
think so.
Maybe a little behind the head. Look, Cruz gives you the back of the head by leaning forward. And Fortuna, he didn't aim there, he just let his hands go.
I think Cruz puts himself in that compromised position, and unfortunately, Fortuna clipped him there, and now he sends him off balance with a left hand to start the second. So that knockdown scored in round number one, and Fortuna was in complete control.
You know, Cruz has only been knocked out twice in 56 fights. Pretty good. And the last time was way back in 2002, 10 years ago. But I felt going into this fight, Joe, and we'll see what happens. But because of Fortuna's talent and Cruz's style, wide open, lunging, we've seen that. I just think Fortuna has a chance to knock him out and give him a third knockout loss. But the chance for Cruz is to survive these knockdowns, survive these difficult waters early, and get into the, as we said in the fight plan, get into the deep end of the pool.
No, 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 no.
Another left hand came raining in against Cruz moments ago.
Cruz has been penalized for headbutts. You could see why he does get a little loose with that head inside. Look at the way he just charges in there. So many opportunities to counter the heck out of Cruz.
Stop.
He's always off balance, always reaching in there.
No empuje, no empuje.
But then again, always trying. Usually you got to find the way to create your offense. Cruz kind of creates it for you.
Right.
He just does that. He falls in, gets out of position, gives you a chance to counter. And what we got to watch here, what the fans have to watch for here is, does Fortuna start to slow down a little bit? Does he spend so much energy? Oh, slowing down there.
A big shot that was.
And set up beautifully.
5, 6, 7, 8.
He drew him in and pulled the trigger. And this fight is stopped. Robert Bird waves it off.
Took that step back, as we said in the fight plan. Took the step back, drew him in, and then a nice counter with the power punch, the left hand from the southpaw. The hand that's back, the hand that you could turn your foot and turn your back into.
Listen, I'm not going to play doctor, but Teddy, we've sat ringside long enough to know that instant blood after one shot like that. He likely just broke his nose. That was like a shotgun being sent off. Well, Javier Fortuna, let's go back, Teddy, you break it down for us.
Well, like we said in the fight plan, a little step back, invite him in, and counter with the power punch, the left hand from the southpaw right on the chin. Little step back, make him reach, clean left hand on that exposed, leaning forward chin. And there's even a better shot of the impact of the left hand on the chin of Cruz, who's completely out of position. Fortuna is 12 years younger, and he's a lot faster, a lot more explosive, and he set his punches up the way you're supposed to.
I like this kid, Teddy.
He's fun to watch.
How about his 2 fights on Friday Night Fights now this year? Had that explosive victory down in Texas, the big left hand, and then does that against Cristobal Cruz. For the official particulars, let's send it up to Jake Gutierrez.
Ladies and gentlemen, a referee stops this contest at 2 minutes 22 seconds of the second round. The winner by TKO victory, still undefeated, Javier el abejón Fortuna.
Javier Fortuna, who the WBA, IBF, and WBC all have in their